Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Okay guys, this is going to be a long one. This is my entire perfume inventory of 2024. Every perfume that I acquired. And that includes PR, what I purchased, blind buys, what I've decluttered, and what's still in my collection. So I've tallied up all the numbers. We're going to go month by month. I'm going to go through each one. I'm going to tell you all about the perfumes. I mean, we're not going to get into detail about every perfume because I have a ton of perfumes to talk about, but I'm basically going to go through all the numbers with you and break it all down and let you know how I did this year, which wasn't good when it came to the blind buys. I didn't stick with my I'm not going to blind buy rule. Yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, we're going to go through every month. I'm going to tell you what I got and what's still in my collection and all that fun stuff. And also, just so you know, normally I put up pictures on the screen or I put up names of all the perfumes as I talk about them. I have a lot to go through today. This is my entire year's worth of fragrances. So I'm not going to be putting all that up on the screen today because that would literally take me an eternity to edit. So I will, however, leave all this information in the description box. So if you miss a name of a perfume, you can check the description box and you'll be able to find it there. And I will break it down month by month in the description box like I'm doing in the video. So this is going to be a long one. Grab a snack, buckle up, because here we go. Now, as we go through every month, I'm going to tell you the standout perfume that I enjoyed the most that month as well. So let's start with January. Obviously, January of 2024, I purchased Jimmy Choo Vanilla Love. I do not have that anymore. It was a blind buy and it was decluttered because it didn't work out for me. So I will leave a picture. Any of the perfumes I don't own anymore, I will put a picture up on the screen, but I can't be putting names up for every single one of these fragrances. Jimmy Choo was a little too peppery for me, so I went ahead and decluttered it. And then I did purchase by Lattafa. This is Mohra Silky Rose. And this was a blind buy and a very successful blind buy. It smells a lot like not booming, blooming bouquet. And if you like that type of scent profile, like a really pretty, rosy, springy, floral type of feminine scent, then this is a good one. And it's super, super affordable. And it is, I don't really get along with Lattafa all that much, but this is a good one. Okay, so Hez Parfums had reached out to me in the month of January and asked if I was interested in trying out their fragrances. I had just discovered Banana Bread Banshee the year before, I think in December or something like that, and I fell in love. So Hez reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to try other fragrances?" And I said, "Yes." So they sent me Rue de Oud, which I did declutter that one, but I gave it to my husband and he likes that one. It was a little too masculine for me. And then they also sent me Cafe Beignet, which is a gorgeous gourmand that smells like beignets. And then they also sent me Plum Conficture, beautiful plum and tobacco scent. They sent me Bourbon Street, and my husband has that one. I passed that one. That one's fantastic. That's one of my husband's favorite fragrances of the year. He absolutely loves it. He wears it all the time. Between Bourbon Street and Herod, those are the two main fragrances that my husband wears. They also sent me Caramel Elixir, which I just put on my tray for January. I don't know this one. Obviously, it's caramel, but I got to get to know this one a little bit better. Also sent me Hurricane, which is a beautiful cherry and orange summertime fragrance. It was after the drink in New Orleans, the popular hurricane drink in New Orleans. And it does have a boozy feel to it that I really like. Raspberry Electrique. I haven't really worn this one much. I need to test this one out. I will get to know this one a little bit better this summer. It's a fruity type of summery fragrance, but I don't know it that well yet, and I still need to get to know it. And then they also sent me Jungle Juice, which this one is not my favorite. This is one from the house that I don't really like that much. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it leans a little masculine on me. It smells good. I mean, it smells good off the cap, but when I wore it, I was like, ooh, this leans a little masculine in the dry down. So I will, in the summertime, I'll pass this on to my husband and see if he enjoys it. And then I blind bought by Kyse. This is Diliza de Marshmallow, which ended up being a fantastic blind buy for me. It smells like marshmallows, obviously, and I love to use it for layering. I blind bought by Boucheron the Ambre de Alexandrie perfume, and I decluttered it, and it's not because it was a bad blind buy. It's actually a really good perfume, but it was incredibly repetitive in my collection. I already have that scent profile like a bazillion times, and so I just decided to go ahead and declutter it, but it was a good fragrance. And I did purchase one fragrance that I actually tested first, and this is by Atelier des Ors, and this is Pink Me Up. And I had tested this one and knew I absolutely loved it and went ahead and purchased it, and I still love it, and I think it is so sweet and delicious, and I absolutely love the champagne note. All right, so the numbers are in for January. I received 8 fragrances in PR. Purchased on with my own money 5 fragrances, and out of those 5 fragrances I blind bought 4 of them. So yeah, blind buying's not doing so well. I received a total of 13 fragrances, and out of those 13 fragrances, I decluttered 4 of them. The standout perfume of January is by Kyse. This is Diliza de Marshmallow. I know a lot of you guys don't like the packaging. I don't either. The sticker is just, they got to do better, but I adore the scent, and I have more from Kyse. The scent is just, the scents are so good that I'm willing to overlook it, but this marshmallow one, I've been getting a lot of use and I absolutely love it. It's the standout for me for January. All right, guys, moving on to February. So February, I did purchase Musk Therapy, and I had tried this one first, knew I absolutely loved it, and I love this fragrance, beautiful musky fragrance. And then I also blind purchased the new Miss Dior Parfum, and this one, I really, really like it. I haven't worn it in a little while, since February. I wore it in the springtime, February, March, April, and then I just put it away and didn't touch it again. But I remember really, really liking it, and I'm excited to bring it back out in this. It's a very springtime fragrance for me. So as soon as spring hits, this is going to be one of the first fragrances I'm going to go back to. Okay, I received NPR by Hez Parfums. This is Brownie Points. I love this one. I was nervous about this one because brownie can be tricky for me, but there's strawberry in here, so it offsets that thick, rich, chocolatey smell. Oh, I love this. This is strawberries and chocolate. So good. Really, really enjoy this one. This is going to be perfect for Valentine's Day. And then I also purchased by MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold, which I had tried before and knew I absolutely loved. I blind bought Rasasi Qasamat Ebhar, and I really liked it. I thought it was nice, but it was pretty repetitive in my collection. It smelled a lot like not Culted Night, a Tarte Collection Crystal Love for Her, except it had, yeah, it smelled in that category, and like Casablanca, like that type of scent profile. It had its own stuff going on. It's not a dupe, but I already have that scent profile and other fragrances I prefer. So I decluttered that one. And then I blind purchased Paris Corner Car Pistachio. This was a success, and I absolutely love this. This is absolutely fantastic. I blind purchased Paris Corner Kiss a Pink and decluttered that one. That one did not live up to the hype, and I thought it was pretty terrible. It was very plasticky to my nose. I blind purchased Juliet Has a Gun Ode to Dullness, which I really did like, but I never could get to the point where I loved it. Had really good performance, and I did like it, but I just didn't love it, and it just wasn't my cup of tea in the end, so I ended up decluttering that one. I did purchase by Parfums Marly Valaya, which I had tested before and knew I had to have it, and I absolutely love this one, but I do find it difficult to wear just because my husband doesn't like it. My husband, the last time I wore this around him, he told me I smelled like lighter fluid. I do not think I smell like lighter fluid. I think I smell amazing. I think this is so good, but he doesn't like it. So I have to try to find times to wear. I don't want to wear it around him if he hates it, because I care about I want him to like the way that I smell. So I have to find times when he's not around to wear it, which is difficult because my husband and I spend a lot of time together. We are like always together. Okay, up next, I also purchased by Parfums Marly Safanad, which I had tried a long time ago, had been on my wish list forever, and I finally bought it. I love, love, love Safanad. It is one of my favorite orange blossom scents. I can't be smelling all these. I don't have time for that. Like, I don't have time for that. Anyway, Safanad Gorgeous. I blind bought by Navitus Lost in a Dream and ended up decluttering it. I'm not the biggest fan of that lactonic woody combo. That's not my scent profile. I like lactonic and I like woody, but apparently when you put them together, that's not my favorite thing. Like I don't like commodities, milk, and I don't, yeah, those types of scents are not my favorite. And that one just didn't do it for me. So I went ahead and decluttered it. And then also I received in PR by Afnan. This is 9 p.m. Parfum, which is gorgeous. And it's like a deep rose with lots of a gorgeous iris. To me, it kind of, here I am sniffing again. I don't have time for that. Anyway, this is gorgeous. It's really good performance and one of the best affordable fragrances I feel like I've tried in a while, and definitely a gorgeous scent if you like florals. And then we have by Javoy Remember Me, which I purchased with my own money. I had tried this before. This was not a blind buy. I knew I had to have this, and I absolutely love it. It smells like a chai tea latte, and it's just lactonic and spicy and cozy and warm, and I adore this scent. All right, so February's numbers I have written down. I received 2 fragrances in PR. I purchased 11 with my own money. Out of those 11 I purchased, I blind bought 6 of them. So I received a total of 13 fragrances, and out of those 13 fragrances, I decluttered 4. And the standout, this one was hard because I have some that I absolutely love in here, but I would say, oh, the standout is I'm gonna have to go with Initio Musk Therapy. I adore this fragrance. This is my favorite musky scent of all time. This is super easy to wear and I absolutely love it. It has really good performance and it's just beautiful. All right, for the month of March, I blind bought by Swiss Arabian JHAG Ode Tonka, and I fell into the hype. I ended up decluttering it because it just did not work out for me. It was kind of rough around the edges for me, so I didn't really like that one. And then I purchased by Noble 1942. This is Cafe Chantal, which I had tried before, but I couldn't really remember what it smelled like. And I was just going off of an old memory, but I was correct. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's vanilla, powdery cherry. It has a little bit of star anise, some heliotrope. It is luxury and sophisticated. I absolutely adore Cafe Chantal. That was a very successful purchase. I blind purchased because of all the rage. I blind purchased by Paris Corner the Batik watermelon perfume. I actually thought it was a lot of fun. It smelled like a watermelon Jolly Rancher or a watermelon Laffy Taffy. And I really did like it, but every time I would go to wear it, I wasn't into it. I guess I don't want to smell like watermelon candy. I don't know, go figure. And then I did blind buy. I did a lot of research on this fragrance before I purchased it, and I just took a chance. I blind bought Deluxe by Tiziana Terenzi, and this was a very successful blind buy for me. I don't get along with this house, so I wasn't sure, but this really worked out for me. It is coffee and rose and honey, and it is freaking gorgeous, and I absolutely love it. I purchased by Giardini di Toscana. This is Celeste. I had tried this one first. I did not blind purchase it, and I was shocked at how much I loved it because this has violet in it, and I do not typically get along with violet, but in here it smells like violet candies and raspberry and lime. Ooh, I haven't worn this in a little while. See, oh, I can't stop myself. I have no control. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we have by Tomovici, this is Zenobia, and this was sent to me in PR. One of my favorite acquisitions of the year. Zenobia is a masterpiece in my opinion, and this is spectacular. If you like black currants, if you like white florals, it has a very smooth oud and leather. It is stunning. Stunning fragrance. I absolutely adore it. And then I blind bought by Kyse. This is macarons, and this was a successful blind buy for me. It's delicious. It's like cherry and marzipan. Cherry marzipan. Stop it. Cherry marzipan. It is delicious. It's a really good, sweet, yummy gourmand fragrance. Okay, so for March, I received 1 fragrance in PR. On my own, I purchased 6 fragrances. Out of those 6 fragrances, I blind bought 4. So I received a total of 7 perfumes, and out of those 7 perfumes, I decluttered 2 of them. And the standout for the month is definitely Zenobia for sure. All right, for the month of April, April is my birthday month. And for the month of April, I did purchase, I blind bought by Skylar. This is Sunkissed Dahlia, not Dahlia, Dahlia. Wait, now I'm having a, is it Dahlia or Dahlia? I don't know. I just confused myself. This one, it's a successful blind buy in the sense that I love the way that it smells, but the performance is absolutely terrible. And I don't recommend it because it only lasts like an hour. And the only time I can wear this fragrance is to bed. I did purchase Nest Lychee Rose, which I did not blind buy. I tested it first, but then I ended up decluttering it because it ended up being like too sour for me. Once I got the full bottle and started wearing it, it was just too, that lychee, and I think there was like rhubarb in it or something, like, I don't know what, I can't remember what was in it, but there was something just really, really like sour on my skin, and I ended up not liking it. And then I received in PR, this is by Mason Mateen, and this is Poom Poom. And this was actually one I had tested before they sent it to me. They sent me samples of their fragrances, and I picked this one out of all of them because it was springtime. And this is a very springtime, fruity, floral perfume. It smells really, really good. And I will be pulling this one back out in the spring. I purchased by Rania J. This is Musk Moschus. And this fragrance I had tested first because everybody was raving about it, and completely and totally worth the hype for sure. This is absolutely beautiful. It's sandalwood and musk. It's absolutely stunning. It reminds me of Musk Therapy, but they're not the same. They're both beautiful. They have their differences for sure, and I love both of them. I received in PR by Hez. This is Muses, which is a gorgeous like spring, summer, cold pressed lemon and floral musky kind of perfume. It's very feminine and it is beautiful. I really like the lemon in here. I'm a big fan of lemon in my perfumes, but I'm picky because sometimes lemon can come across as like lemon cleaner. They did a fantastic job of not going in the lemon cleaner direction here, and I really enjoy this one. Okay, I received in PR by Tomovici the Ange Noir. This one was really masculine leaning, and I ended up passing it on to my husband. However, my husband did not care for this one, so I ended up decluttering it completely. And yeah, he just didn't like it. It wasn't his cup of tea. I don't even really remember what it smelled like. It was really dark smelling to me, and it was just too masculine leaning for my personal taste. I also received in PR by Tomovici Demigod, which I did really like, but I never came to the point where I loved it. And I ended up decluttering that one as well. And then they also sent me in PR Empyrean, which this one I absolutely love. This smells a lot like Delina, but way better because I'm not the biggest, I love Delina Exclusive, but the original Delina is not my cup of tea. I don't really get along with rhubarb. It's too sour on my skin. It's too tart. And this doesn't have rhubarb. This has strawberry, and it's sweeter, and it's, oh, this is gorgeous. I cannot wait to wear this when, I don't know, I could wear this right now because it's strong. I feel like this is an all year round type of fragrance. If you like rose fragrances, definitely check this one out. And then I purchased by Simone Andreoli. This is Sunplosion. And I had tested this one first, knew I loved it. I love the summer releases from Simone Andreoli. Leisure in Paradise and Malibu Party in the Bay are some of my favorite summertime scents, and I really, really love this one too. And then for my birthday, my husband got me by Mind Games French Defense. I love this fragrance. This is a boozy, there's no boozy notes, but it smells boozy to me. It's a boozy, deep black cherry, really ambery, warm, woody fragrance. It's a stunner of a perfume. All right, so the numbers for April, I received 5 fragrances in PR. I purchased 5 fragrances with my own money. Out of those 5, I blind bought 1. Ooh, look at me. I actually tested fragrances out that month. And so I received a total of 10 fragrances. Out of those 10 fragrances, I decluttered 3 of them. And the standout is absolutely, positively Mind Games for sure. This is French Defense, and you guys know I'm obsessed with this fragrance. All right, guys, so I did not receive any fragrances in PR or purchase any fragrances at all for the months of May, June, and July. 3 months I didn't do any shopping because that was when I had that whole situation when I found out I had to move, and we had 30 days to get out of our condo. And we ended up buying a house, and it was like that whole thing, super stressful moving. But then when I came back in August, I came back with a vengeance. So let's go over August. Let's go over August. Okay, so I blind purchased Ellis Brooklyn Miami Nectar because when I got back to YouTube World, you guys were raving about that fragrance and I didn't think it was that great. It was fine. It didn't perform very well, and it was a little masculine leaning on me. So that one I ended up decluttering. I also blind bought by Theodoros Kalatinas Creme Brulee. I think I've been pretty clear on my channel how much I love this fragrance. Very successful blind buy. Smells like coconut cream pie. I also blind bought by Sniff Cocoa Shimmy, which turned out to be a successful blind buy. It smells like surf wax and suntan lotion and pineapple. And I can't smell that because that's going to make me crave summer. It's cold, and I'm a summer person, guys. I want to go to the beach. I want to go surfing. I want to go swimming in the ocean. Like, I am so done with this weather. I want my hot days back. But anyway, you better believe when summer comes back around, I'm going to be pulling this out because it's really, really fun. I blind bought by Dyad Rise and Shine. This is because of Chris from the Perfume Nest, and it smells like a cinnamon streusel with like yummy icing drizzled all over it and some coffee. It is just absolutely Christmas morning in a bottle. It's delicious. You definitely have to be into gourmands to like it. And then I blind bought by Paris Corner. This is Kahar Fusion. And again, another really, really successful blind buy for me. This is delicious. This smells like apple goodness. It's like apple and lychee. Obviously, it's called lychee, and it's just a fruity, really easygoing spring and summer type of fragrance that just smells juicy, sweet, and fruity and fun. I really, really enjoy this one. I blind bought by Bontal Bubble Forever, which turned out to be a wild success. I love bubblegum in my fragrances, but this has more going on. It's grapefruit in the opening, bubblegum, and in the dry down, you get these yummy, delicious gourmand like toffee kind of notes that I think is just, this is a lot of fun. I really like this one. I blind bought by City Rhythm. I got 3 fragrances from City Rhythm. I blind bought St. John, which did not work out for me because of the ambergris note. It smelled too marine on my skin. And then I also blind bought Miami Tropical Confessions, which I did end up decluttering that one as well, because that one, I liked it. I thought it smelled amazing, but it was a little bit too masculine for me. So I actually just gave it to my husband, and he really likes it. He wears that one. I also blind bought Miami, and now I love this one. This one is amazing. This one is like it's kind of interesting though. As much as I love the way it smells, I have a difficult time finding when to wear it because it's kind of reminds me of summertime, but then it has a lot of notes in it, and it's very sweet, and it has a lot of notes that are not summertime. So I'm still trying to figure out when to wear this fragrance, but I think it smells amazing. I blind bought by Paris Corner Kyse. Oh, I have that one. Kyse Delicious. And I do really like it. I had it on my tray for December. I like it, but it's not a love. It smells good. It smells like yummy coconut, creamy, chocolatey kind of goodness. I think there's some orange in here as well. And it does smell nice, but I don't know that it's good enough to stay in my collection. I'm only keeping loves in my collection. I don't think I love this. I think it's a good option for someone who's looking for an affordable gourmand that doesn't want to break the bank, but I don't think this is going to hold up with all my other gourmands in my collection, but I do really like it. And then I purchased by Kilian. This is Rolling in Love. This was not a blind buy. I had tested it first, and I just needed the original. I had a dupe of it for a long time, and I wanted the original. And this is just a comforting, almondy, powdery, orangey scent that it's just a very cozy, comforting, beautiful, beautiful scent. And then I got in PR by the House of Argos Sacred Flame, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. It is a unisex fragrance. It has this cinnamon and orange combination that I adore. It has the Argos DNA in it for sure, but it's just complex. It's a complex fragrance. It's not a safe blind buy, but I love it. I think it's for anyone. If you love cinnamon or it's not orange, it's tangerine. It's this juicy, sweet tangerine. It reminds me of Christmas. I just think this is fantastic. And that is by Argos Sacred Flame. And then I did blind buy by Lattafa, Seher. I blind bought that one because of the hype and I ended up decluttering it. I really despise that fragrance. I didn't like the bottle. The bottle made me laugh. And also the scent had this like weird oud, but it translated on my skin like gasoline. And I did not like it. So I ended up decluttering that one. Okay, so for August, I received one fragrance in PR. I purchased on my own 12 perfumes. Apparently I was making up for not buying the 3 months before. Out of those 12 perfumes, I blind bought 11. And so I had a total of 13 fragrances. And out of those 13 fragrances, I decluttered 4. And my very favorite, I think this is hard because I have so many in here that I like. Sacred Flame is fantastic. Rolling in Love, Bubble Forever. Gosh. I put down Creme Brulee as the standout and no, honestly, the standout in here is probably Rolling in Love. This one is just such a classic, comforting, cozy, gorgeous scent. I love creme brulee, but this one is just, this one would be up there in like my top 10 for life kind of perfumes. All right, guys, let's go to September. So September, I did blind buy by Sniff. This is Heal the Way. This was a very, very successful blind buy. I absolutely love this. This is Palo Santo and pistachio, sweetness, goodness, yumminess, happiness in a bottle. I did blind buy by Paris Corner. This is Pear Potion, and this was very successful as well. This is really good. This is sweet, yummy, delicious pear and apple with some caramel. Oh my gosh, it's really, really good. And I was surprised because I was kind of expecting a like cheap, fruity, musky scent, you know what I mean? But it doesn't smell like that. It actually smells really, really good. I do enjoy this one. And I think this is also a good one to wear in cold weather because of that caramel that's in here. I blind bought Replica's Afternoon Delight, which is one of my most disappointing scents of 2024. I think it's one of the worst releases of 2024. And I ended up decluttering it because I could barely smell it. It was weak sauce. I also blind purchased the Seven Virtues Candied Lychee, which I also decluttered because it ended up smelling like cough syrup on me. I blind bought by Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Intense. I just got a travel spray of it. I do really like it. I've been wearing it. I enjoy it, but I have come to the conclusion that I prefer the original. I absolutely love the original Devotion, and that is the one I will be sticking with. I won't be buying a full-size bottle of this when I'm done with the travel, but I have been enjoying wearing the travel. I purchased Juice Box Siren and Sailors. This one I tested first before I bought it. I fell madly in love. This is one of my favorite purchases of 2024. I am obsessed with this fragrance. If you like osmanthus that smells like apricots, jammy rose, boozy notes, if you're into those types of things, you need to check this out. One of my favorite rose scents in my collection. I did purchase Sugar Kisses, which I had tested first, but I don't know how I feel about this fragrance. I still need time to play with it. This one's on the chopping block. It's some days it smells amazing and some days it doesn't. It's like it changes on me. I don't know. I still have to play with this one, but I did test it before I bought it, but sometimes that's still no guarantee that the full bottle is going to work out. I received NPR by Tomovici. This is Opulentia Oud, and this is gorgeous. It's funny because when I first tried this fragrance, it was in like the dead heat of summer. Well, it was in September, but it feels like summer here in South Carolina in September. It's hot, okay? And it was a really hot day when I tried this, and this is like rose and oud. And I was like, oh, no. And then I tried it again when it got colder, and then it was a completely different perfume. I'm not a big oud person. Don't be scared of the oud in here. It is super smooth. It is beautiful. There's a berry. I'm not going to smell it. There's berries in the opening of this as well, which I think it's raspberry in here. Beautiful, beautiful, fruity, rosy, woody, oody, smooth oud scent that is perfect for cold weather. I received also in PR by a house called Cotique, and this is Riviera Nights. And I actually really, really like this. I don't hear anyone talking about this house, but this was a pleasant surprise because this is not, it's niche, but it's not, I think it's niche, but it was only like, I think it retails for like $75 for this bottle. And it's really, really good quality. I am not personally going to wear it because it is very masculine leaning, but I need to, I haven't gotten around to giving, I've been giving so many fragrances to my husband, and he's just like, oh my gosh, you know, because he's not as into fragrances as I am. But I do need to get this over to him and see what he thinks about it. But it's too masculine for me, but really, really impressed with the quality. I did purchase in store at Sephora the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, which I was pleasantly surprised at how much I loved it. This is a very unique vanilla scent that has some vanilla orchid, and it has this really cool like solar ozonic note in it that reminds me of going outside into the sunshine somehow. And it's just a happy, every, just such an easy vanilla perfume. If you're not into like super, super sweet cupcakey vanillas, I mean, there is a sweet vanilla in here, don't get me wrong, but this, I would not classify this as a gourmand personally. I have much more gourmand fragrances than this. I like that there's that kind of florally touch to the fragrance and that solar ozonic type of touch as well. Beautiful release. And this is going to be, I'm not quite done with it. I still have a little bit left. So, but as soon as I'm done with this, it will be full bottle for sure. And while I was at Sephora, I was with my daughters, and my youngest daughter was like, Mom, you have to check this out. It was a body spray, and I'm not a body spray person, but this is by Sol de Janeiro. This is Charosa 71. And when I tried it in store, I fell madly in love. It smells like caramel, vanilla, macadamia nut, macadamia, not not macadamium, macadamia nut cookies. It is, oh gosh, I think there's like a white chocolate note in here too. It is just divine. It is divine. And I know they came out with a cream to match this too, which I haven't gotten, a body lotion, a body cream, and I have not gotten it yet, but I need to. I keep forgetting to pick it up, but wow, is this delicious. And then we have by Narcotica, I blind bought the new Narcotica release. This is Love Me Latte, and this is a really complex gourmand that I wasn't expecting it to be complex. When I looked at the picture and I saw the, you know, caramel latte and the pear, that's kind of what I was expecting to get, which isn't what I got. There are some woody notes in here that I didn't really expect, but I have to say I do really like it. I don't know, I have to wear it some more. I don't know for sure that this is a love. I get a lot of the cherry, it's white cherry. I get a lot of the cherry, I get a lot of the latte now, but when I first got it, I remember getting so much of the woody notes that it confused me. Not that it smelled bad by any means, but it just wasn't exactly, it's very complex, more complex than I expected. All right, so September's numbers, I received 2 fragrances in PR. I purchased 10 with my own money. Out of those 10, I blind bought 6. So I I acquired a total of 12 fragrances, and out of those 12, I decluttered 2. And the absolute standout for me, without a doubt, there's no contest, is Juicebox Siren and Sailors. I adore this scent. It's one of my top 10 for life fragrances. All right, for the month of October, I blind bought Cashmere and Palo Santo. This fragrance had lots and lots of hype. It's fantastic. It's totally worth the hype. It is smooth, ambery, peach, which I typically don't like peach, but in here it is done really, really toned down, and it smells like natural peach. And it has lots of vanilla and tons of, well, not tons of Palo Santo, but it has a very smooth Palo Santo that I cannot get enough of. Beautiful fragrance. And then I blind bought by Paris Corner. I got Banana Bliss, and this was very successful, fun type of fragrance. I love this fragrance. It has this creaminess on my skin that kind of gives me a whipped cream pie-like consistency. It smells like banana pie and coconut cream pie on my skin, and I adore it. It's delicious. I received in PR by Mason Diaba. It's called Sovereign, and that was a really nice fragrance. My husband really liked it. He ended up taking it. I technically decluttered it because I gave it to my husband. It was way too masculine leaning for me, but really, really good fragrance. And then I also blind bought by Vivamore. By Vivamore, this is Caramel Pop. People were saying this smelled like realistic caramel popcorn, and it absolutely does. You have got to be into foodie gourmands. If you do not want to actually smell like caramel popcorn, then do not purchase this. But if you do, this is fantastic. And then I did not blind buy this. I had tested it first, but this is one of my favorite purchases of the year. This is by Mancera Amore Cafe. Oh, delicious. This didn't come out in 2024. It came out in 2023, but I didn't get it until 2024. And I absolutely adore this fragrance. It is amaretto and ice cream and coffee and just delicious, smooth, ambery, warm deliciousness. Love it. And then the House of Day 3 Fragrances sent me a bunch of their fragrances, like 8 fragrances in PR, which I have been enjoying every single one of them that I've tried so far. This is a fantastic house. I cannot wait to dive more into these. Every time I try one of these out, I end up liking it, and this house is just so good. They do not get enough hype. But my favorite is, so far anyway, is Ambar Dominicano. I've talked to you guys about this a bunch. It's a Coca-Cola, rum, cinnamon, cherry, yummy, delicious, spicy, warm, spicy, happy type of fragrance, but sexy at the same time. And then also, I really enjoy Say Less. This fragrance surprised me because this is a fragrance, it's like a soft, I guess that makes sense, you know? It's just such a soft, delicate violet and iris scent. And I struggle with violet, but in here it is just so beautiful. And then I also got is it Tacita? La Tacita di Cafe. And I heard really, really good things about this one. I think this one won an award. I'm not super familiar with it yet. I haven't really played with it that much, but I've sprayed it on the back of my hand and it smells amazing. I can't wait to actually dip into it and really get to know it. I don't know it that well yet. And then we also have another one that, oh my gosh, this one is so good. This is their new release, a newer release. I think this was released in 2024, which I do have my best releases of 2024 coming out. That video will be next, so stay tuned for that. But this is Escandalo, and this has guava in the opening. Oh, it's so good. It's fruity and tropical, and the guava note is just, it's killer. It is unique and interesting and super fun. I adore this one as well. And then this one is, I have to play with this one some more. This is Philosophia. And this one seems to be a tad bit on the masculine side. It's really good. It smells amazing, but I have to play with it a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure my full thoughts on that one yet. Downtown Deja Vu is beautiful, very feminine. It's like a rosy, I think it has even like a little bit of like a leather touch to it, if I remember right. But it's very smooth, like suede-y, musky kind of feminine type of fragrance. I need to get to know this one a little bit more too. I've only worn it once, but really enjoyed it. And then this one, I cannot wait for summer. I've worn this one a couple of times. This one is Banny. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. It's this one. This one is a very fruity, tropical smelling fragrance, and I absolutely adore it. I think that there's mango in here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going off of memory, but I think there's mango in here. And surprising, I thought, oh, I'm not going to like that, but I do. One of the few mango scents I think is really, really good. Is that all of them? No, I'm missing one. This one is Del Mar. I don't remember what this one is off the top of my head. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't played with this one, so I need to get to know this one. I don't remember what this one is, but I'll get back to you. I am going to be testing these out thoroughly this year, and because I really want to do day 3 house overview, because like I said, this house just doesn't get enough attention and their fragrances are spectacular. And I blind bought this one. This one is Paris Corners Confection, and I had success with the other ones I purchased blindly, so I decided, hey, might as well go for this one. This one at the beginning when I first sprayed it smelled like La Belle pretty strongly, but I'm getting the differences in the fragrance now that it has time to sit. I think there's marshmallow in here. The marshmallow in this fragrance is starting to come through big time, which is not something that's in La Belle. I'm really getting that sweet marshmallowy note in here, and I am loving it. I mean, it is so delicious. I love the note of marshmallow. So I've really been liking this one for sure. Very impressed with this fragrance. And then the last one I purchased, this one I had tested a while back ago, fell madly in love with it and knew I wanted a bottle. Finally got it in my collection, and it's pretty safe to say I'm obsessed with this fragrance. This is by Xerjoff Via Cavour 1. Just love it. It's red berries and it's chocolate and it's rose and it's, oh gosh, it's a stunning, stunning fragrance. I'm so in love with this fragrance. Okay, so October's numbers, I received 9 fragrances in PR. I purchased 6 with my own money. Out of those 6, I blind bought 4. So the total amount that I received in October was 15. And out of those 15, I only decluttered 1. Hey, it was a successful month. And of course, hands down, the standout is Via Cavour 1. Did I mention I'm obsessed with this fragrance? Why don't more people talk about this? Seriously, it is amazing. All right, guys, in the month of November, I purchased with my own money the new release by BDK, Rouge Smoking Extrait, which I ended up decluttering because it didn't work out for me. It was too masculine leaning and it was not what I was expecting. I did a full dedicated review on that if you're interested. I received in PR by BDK Gris Charnel. And this one I had tested before I received it. I knew I absolutely loved it. Shockingly loved this fragrance because I thought it was going to be too masculine, but it's not. And I love the extra vanilla that's in this fragrance. And I also received in PR to me. This is Utopia. Beautiful, beautiful scent. I had never tried anything from this house before, but this house is definitely on my radar now. This is a sweet, like beautiful feminine scent. I got a compliment on this from a patient. I wore it to work. It's one of those scents that you can wear to work or the office or church. It's an everyday kind of really feminine scent. It's beautiful. And then I received in PR, this is Banana Republic Monday Rose, which isn't my favorite. There's rhubarb in here. I told you guys I struggle with rhubarb and it's a little too tart for me. I don't think this one's going to be staying in my collection. And then I did also receive Banana Republic Morning Jasmine, which is a beautiful white floral scent, but I don't think it has any jasmine in it, which I thought was kind of funny. But I absolutely love white florals. This is very springtime appropriate. I'm really gonna enjoy this in the spring. And then I also got from Banana Republic, this is Ors Pink, which is gorgeous. This is my favorite out of the 3, except I think this is a little too masculine in the dry down. I wore this in December. It was on my tray and discovered the dry down is a bit masculine, but I really like the lemon pepper. I love the Oris vanilla combo. It just kind of pulls a little masculine. So I think I'm going to love smelling this on my husband. I think it's going to go to him. And then I also received in PR by Mind Games. This is Prodigy, and this was a very successful blind buy, or not blind buy. I didn't blind buy this. It was a successful blind acquisition. I received it in PR. I did not purchase it, but it was very successful. I absolutely adored it. I was a little scared of it because it is patchouli. I didn't know if the patchouli was going to be like the patchouli I like or dirty, earthy patchouli. It is a little earthy, but it's so smooth and it doesn't smell dirty. It doesn't smell like dirt or hippie patchouli. And it has the most beautiful rose. And there's also this gorgeous like latte feel to the fragrance. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. And this bottle is stunning as well. All right, so the numbers for November in PR, I received 6 fragrances. I only purchased 1 with my own money. And out of the 1, it was a blind buy. And so I had a total of 7 fragrances I received in the month of November, and I decluttered 1 of them, which was the one that I blind bought, which was BDK Rouge Smoking. The standout for me, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, is by Mind Games Prodigy. Gorgeous. It is expensive. You guys, I know this is an expensive fragrance, and it's really easy for me to say because I didn't pay for it, but Honestly, if I had smelled this, I would have done the same thing I did with French Defense. I would have waited for a special occasion and asked for this as a gift because I think it's a stunner. All right, and finally, we're going to go through the month of December. So in December, I received in PR, this is by Atelier des Ors, and this is Blue Madeleine. And this one I had tested first, and I had a sample of it. I actually requested this one from So Avant Garde and love this fragrance. Surprisingly, I did not think I would. I remember trying the one in the light pink bottle. I can't remember what it's called, Primrose something. And this, I didn't even bother to get a sample of this one because I saw the black tea and I was like, nope, not gonna like it. Oh my God, love it. I absolutely love it. It's not a gourmand though. This, well, it has gourmand touches, but it is definitely not a gourmand. This is a tea, a lactonic tea, slight touch of a cookie vibe in the dry down. I think people were disappointed in that because they were expecting something else, but I just think this smells amazing. Another one, this one I purchased with my own money, and this one was on my wish list for a very long time. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have this. This is by Suspiro, and this is not Dolce. Dolce, yeah, Dolce Melodia. Melodia. Dolce Melodia. I'm getting tongue tied over here. But yeah, this fragrance is a stunner of a fragrance. It is fruity, juicy, fruity, and it has muskiness in it, but it is not like Herbapura. I mean, okay, so it could be in the same family as Herbapura, but I do not like, listen, if you don't like Herbapura, I don't like Herbapura. I cannot stand it. It is like one of my least favorite fragrances ever of all time. It is so like overripe, scratchy. This is like what I wanted Herbapura to be. The fruits are delicious. They're sweet. They're juicy. The musk is not screechy or scratchy. It is just this beautiful, clean, feminine smelling musk. It's got some florals in here that are just, it's beautiful. The hype on this is 1,000%. Yes. And I purchased myself when I saw this on sale during the Black Friday sale. I had tested this first. This was not a blind buy. This is by Andrea Mac Jest. Oh, gorgeous, unique, gorgeous, beautiful rum. If I've told you guys before, if you don't like rum, just run away. Run far, far away from this fragrance because lots of rum. It's warm, it's spicy, it's chocolatey. Good. Goodness in a bottle. I received in PR these fragrances. Okay, so this is, wait, hold on. This is Oula Rouge is the first one. This one is not new. It's been out for a while. I just had never smelled it. It smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. It has that DNA. I'm not really into it. I don't think this is going to stay in my collection. I don't really like Baccarat Rouge 540 scents. And then the newer one that they released is the Oula Rouge Exclusive. I received this in PR as well. And this is just a stronger version of Baccarat Rouge 540. And again, not my cup of tea. And then I did get the Silhouette. This is the Au Naturel. I do like this one. This is very feminine, fruity, woody, musky kind of fragrance. Has some florals in it as well. And then I blind purchased the new collaboration. This is Navitus in collaboration with Sharita. This is Peach Aurum. I told you guys when I did my haul of this one that this is not a love for me. Not because I think it's a bad fragrance, because I don't. It just has notes that I don't typically love. I'm not a big peach person. This definitely has peach in it. And to be honest with you, I would not have purchased this fragrance if it wasn't for the fact that it was Sharita's. I had a pretty strong feeling I wasn't going to love this fragrance because I do struggle with peach. So I only purchased it just because it doesn't matter what Sharita comes out with, okay? I'm going to buy it because I want to support Sharita, love Sharita. She could come out with Ode to Skunk. And I would purchase it, okay? But I'm not going to come on here and be like, oh, I love this perfume just because I love Sharita. No, I don't. It's not my favorite. I don't love peach, but I'm not a narcissist. And so I can remove the fact that I don't love peach and just objectively review the fragrance. And I think for people who love peach, and people who don't want a full, like a photorealistic gourmand, this is it. So I think this is going to be a hit and I know it's a hit for a lot of people. Lots of people have said that they loved it, and I think it's a good fragrance. Now, as far as the performance, I told you guys when I first got it, I thought the performance was weak. but it's already getting stronger. And I keep testing it because I want to be honest with you guys. I want to come on here and tell you my real experience with the performance. It's already gotten stronger. Last time I wore it, I had no issues with the performance at all. I could smell it. It was projecting. Navitus, it's not just Navitus. Navitus is not the only brand that comes out with new formulas that need time. There's a difference between maceration and a perfume oxidizing or aging. Two completely different things. Lots and lots of new formulas need time to oxidize. They've already macerated, but oxidize mean it where the as soon as you spray it and it's introduced to oxygen, it starts the aging process, the maturing process of the fragrance. And there are notes that get stronger with time just naturally. That's just part of perfumery. So it's not just Navitus. There are tons of fragrances that I have in my collection that started off weak and are now strong. La Danza from Noble 1942, I'm looking at you. Okay, that fragrance was weak and now it's not at all. So it's not uncommon. It's not like influencers are getting accused of lying about this. I got accused of that in a comment. Somebody said that to me, that I was defending Navitus. No, I'm just talking about my experience with perfumes. I have no issues whatsoever with Navitus performance, but sometimes when I first get them, because they're a new formula, they're a little bit weak. And that's that. Okay, the other one I blind bought by Navitus is in collaboration with Chris from the Perfume Nest, and this is Vanilla Eclat, and this one is a love. Now, when I first got it, it wasn't a love. It was a like. I liked it. I smelled it and I was like, oh, that smells nice. But I wasn't like obsessed with it. Like I am becoming obsessed with this fragrance. Give this fragrance a minute. Just give it a minute. Because when I first, like I said, I just tested it straight off the truck, which is not smart, right? It seemed a little moderate. It's not. This thing performs. This thing is already performing. I wouldn't classify it as a beast of a fragrance, but I can smell this on me throughout the day, and I get these absolutely stunning wafts of vanilla, but not cupcakey sweet vanilla, just a sophisticated vanilla with rice and sandalwood. I didn't know I liked rice until now. I didn't know how to feel about it at first, but boy, I can't stop smelling this, you guys. This is so good. Okay, up next, I got in PR. I got by Plume Impression. This is Royal Bourbon, and I was surprised at how much I loved it. This smells like tobacco vanille, but the way better version without the cloves, without the sickening cloves and tobacco vanille. This is sexy and a little boozy and definitely tobacco for sure, but not a smoky tobacco. This is a sweet unlit tobacco. I love this. Also got in PR. This is another one by Tumi. I always want to say Tumai. It's Tumi, I think. This is Signature. I need to play with this one. So far, I've only worn it once in the back of my hand. It smells nice. It smells like a sweet, fruity, woody, musky, floral, feminine perfume. I think I'm going to like it for spring and summer. I will keep you updated. And then I also got in PR by Hez. This is the newest release. This is Fantasia, which I have been really enjoying. This is a sweet berry, black currant, and raspberry, black currant and raspberry, and it's so berry juicy sweet. I love it. It's got this gorgeous musk to it, and it's beautiful. I think this is fantastic. And I like the new packaging as well. And then I also I blind bought this one. I purchased this with my own money. This is by Gleam London, and this is Vanilla Crush. I have mixed feelings about, I love the way it smells. I love the way it smells. It smells like vanilla pudding, and I love it. It's very basic though. It is very basic, and I don't know that it's worth the price. It's pretty high up there. Okay, so December's numbers. I received in PR 7 fragrances. I purchased with my own money 5. Out of those 5, I blind bought 3. And so I got a total of 12 fragrances in December, and I have not decluttered any of them, but some of them are on the chopping block, so that will probably change. But so far, I have not decluttered any. Wow, this is such a tough one. You know what? I'm going with Blue Madeline because this is a shocker. I did not think I would love this. I did not, and I do. I love it. So yeah, this is the winner for the month of December. Okay, guys, so I want to go ahead and pick up my very favorite perfume acquisition of the year. The best perfume that came into my collection, number 1 place, goes to Xerjoff Via Cavour 1. It was a close call between this, Siren and Sailors, and French Defense. Those were my top 3 fragrances of the year, but Via Cavour won out a little bit. Just a stunning perfume. Like I said, this is underrated. I don't know why more people don't talk about this. If you have not gotten your nose on this, you need to get a sample for sure. All right, so we're gonna go over yearly totals. Yearly totals. Total perfumes acquired in 2024 were 102 perfumes. And that's with 3 months off. Yikes. Okay, so out of those 102 perfumes I purchased with my own money, 61 of them I received in PR 41, which is actually pretty big deal because I've definitely received more PR this year than I ever have before. And I'm very grateful for that. That is awesome. Okay, so out of the 61 I purchased with my own money, 40 of them were blind buys. It is safe to say that I did absolutely fail miserably on my, oh, I'm not going to blind buy in 2024. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. And so that means that only 21 out of the 61 fragrances I purchased were actually tested first before I bought them. And coincidentally, the total perfumes that were decluttered from what I received are 21. Out of the 102 perfumes I received, 21 of them got decluttered. That means that there are 81 fragrances left in my collection that I acquired in the year 2024. That's it, you guys. That's my inventory. What about you? How many fragrances did you get this year? Did you do good with no blind buying, or did you just go ahead and go for it? Let me know what you did this year and give me a little bit of some numbers from you. And thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.